Hi, welcome, bienvenidos. This is episode 7 of Avatar Reclamations. This is incredibly surprising, folks. Typically, Jay would have said something by now. Oh, they've disappeared.
Hello!
I was waiting for it. Every time it's happened, I was just like giving space, leaving room.
Hello!
Like, it's gonna happen. Why
did my camera turn off?
I have no clue. Are we still good on framing? Are we still good on framing? All right. Good. Good. Welcome. Hi. Weird energy here today, and we're only going to make it weirder.
I'm sorry,
Riley
I missed
Gritch.
my cue.
It's okay. It's okay. We got there. We brought you in. We got there. I'm Riley Gritch on Twitter and Twitch. That's Gritch with a Gryc because it's Czech. I do video game stuff and tweet too much about shit. And this is a game where we say fuck, and that's going to be at the top of the show, and I'm going to have it there. Ellis, take it away with your introduction, esteemed colleague and friend.
Hi, esteemed colleague and friend Ellis coming in here. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Hekvetica, Hekvetica, where I talk about tabletop role-playing games and UI UX design. Today I am playing Shoza, the non-binary twin of Junsho, identical twins. And I will pass it on over to Maya.
Hello, I'm Maya. I use your pronouns. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Anxious Maya, or if you're interested in Critical Role, I post very bad Critical Role memes at Crit Role Memes on Twitter and at Critical Role Memes on Instagram. And I'm thrilled to be here. Let's be gay. Who's next? I am good at this. Chris.
You are so good at this, Maya. Hi, I'm Chris or Christiana. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me on the socials. On the socials.
We're doing so good.
Christy.
Doing so good today, fam.
Just feeding off of this energy, and I cannot redirect it because I'm actually not a bender IRL. Yeah, I play Satya. I don't think I've mentioned this, but her playbook is The Idealist, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. Good, take it away. Who's next? Jay?
Jay.
Yeah.
Hi. What? Oh, cool. Yeah, a lot of things rhyme with Jay. Hello, everybody. What are we laughing at now? Hello, everyone. My name is Jay. I use they, them. Jay, they. Oh, I guess, yeah, a lot of things too. I draw things like the art that's on the overlay, and I am gay. And purely because my nails are this long, I'm still in my slutty Choyu outfit because doing the buttons is really hard with long nails. Also, I like the slutty Choyu outfit. Who's next? Nikki?
All right. Hello. I am Nikki, and I have the giggles today. I'm still feeling weird after dating Colonel Sanders last night. I play Junsho, who is our unhinged engineer successor who is totally excited for some fun experiments later.
And with that, let's get into it, baby. All right.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah, brother. Y'all, I don't know what the fuck we're on today, but it is something, and we're just gonna keep that hype and vibe and energy. But for right now, let's actually play the game we're here for. Revelatory, huh? All right. We are gonna begin right after where we left off last time. Fior's airship, full of people who are pointedly not Fior, having just encountered Fior's own mom and learned a little bit more about the world.
Ooh.
Ooh, down with villains. If you want to catch that, the VODs are all on Twitch at this channel that you're watching it on, ostensibly, or on YouTube, which you might also be watching on. Those get released a little later. But yes, to recap, met a Fior mom, had a Fior mom standoff, got a Fior mom capsule, and now our intrepid crew of pirates is in the air and on deck with Izuko just, all of y'all having landed, and Izuko just at the helm of the ship looks over at all of you and just goes, "So it went well?"
Yeah, it went it went okay. Yeah.
That wasn't ideal, guys.
It could have gone better.
I think considering how we jumped in with no plan, it went pretty good.
Well,
Pretty well, yeah.
Choyu says, "Bah!"
They did.
Sorry. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Canonically,
Why did you say
Shoyu
bah?
says, "Bah!"
I'm going to cry. I thought I muted Twitch, but I guess I didn't.
Oh, that's what happened.
And it scared me because it's really loud.
I thought
I'm
a
so
person
sorry.
walked into the room and you responded with "bah."
Person scary.
okay.
Revert to sheep. I don't know.
It's like when the ghosts just go stiff and fall over.
Okay,
we're going back on the rails. Back on the
Yeah,
rails.
back on the rails.
Okay.
At the mention of the lack of the plan, Choyu visibly on the screen makes a face but doesn't say anything. But inwardly, they're like, "Bah!"
Shoza looks at Choyu. So what did you talk to Fior's mom about? You guys were chatting for a while after I walloped her so good. Did you see that? I did a bounce, and then I used the momentum to carry like the whole weight. And I mean, she went down like a ton of bricks. It was awesome.
I like to imagine that as you're saying and describing that, like the chibi version of the events are being like recapped above your head, exactly how you say it. It doesn't match the reality. It just matches exactly what Shoza says specifically. And so like the ton of bricks literally manifests as a ton of bricks.
Good. I think Choyu shifts their weight and they say, I was asking her what she was doing here. And she claims she doesn't know anything of what I'm talking about. She claims she hasn't done anything wrong. But I definitely think she's hiding something. She was very cagey, and they paused to try and like think about how to explain like the intricacies of the politics.
Shoza's already staring at a cloud.
Yeah, valid.
It's also really weird that Fior's dad isn't dead.
Yeah, that.
How are
Oh,
you feeling about
right.
that? She says in an odd instance of actually caring about someone else's feelings.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Character growth.
Oh my
Cho-
God.
Character growth. Choyu looks at the deck of the ship, and I think they mutter something under their breath that I don't think any of you are able to hear.
What's up? I didn't catch that part. Did you? Shows us now looking at the same spot on the deck that Choyu is looking at.
Fior lied.
Yeah, there's no waterfalls in Omashu.
No, about his dad.
Right, yeah, I guess.
He told me about his dad all the time. About how he wanted to do right by him and all that stuff that I related to. And when he asked me out on the date, I knew there were no waterfalls in Amashu, you know, because I grew up here. But he told me he wanted to bring me to his dad to meet him for the first time.
That's actually worse. If his dad's
Yeah, that
dead
seems
and he
bad.
wanted you to meet his dad, that
Yeah.
you understand that's worse, right, Chuyu?
No, yeah, I know.
Okay.
That
Do you need a hug? Shoza gives really good hugs.
It's true.
Choyu looks visibly unsure. But I think inwardly they do want to hug. But
Do you
visibly on the outside they don't.
Do you want Satya to hug you? Would that feel better?
I think after hearing about this hug, Satya would try to initiate a group hug. Actually, just kind of like look at people and be like, "Come on."
Junsho
She
does,
would
like,
immediately
she's like this.
support that.
She's one of those people.
Yeah.
She really she likes Shoza's hugs are fine, but like you guys are still
Sho-
virtually strangers to her, so she's just like this.
Shoza puts one arm first around Junsho and physically like slides her into the whole group and then just wraps their arms around everyone.
She is also going to use her wingspan to like pull her through.
Imagine, the two of them are on the outside.
Yeah, outside,
And
just like
Satya,
doing
June,
a
and
big
me
circle.
are on the inside.
Malls on the inside.
Yeah.
And I you know that one meme of that cat being held, like hugged, and it's looking like this? Like I think the hug goes on for a little too long, and Choyu's in the middle, like.
Can I propose something, and Riley can tell me if this makes sense?
Yeah.
Would it be fair to think that maybe, like, as we're hugging, we like look to the left, and Yizuko is also in the hug, and it's like, who's flying the ship? Like that?
Yes. And at that point, it's like, oh! And then you see Izuko scurry off. Like, she had just appeared in the huggle.
Yeah.
And she
She's
scurries
just like
off.
in it, and I'm like, huh?
Who is
And
that?
You're in the hug, and I'm in the
cut
hug,
to
and June's in the hug. Who's driving the ship?
Who's flying the plane?
and we smash cut to like a hard anime zoom out of the ship, like kind of casually drifting towards the ground.
There is a setting where you can leave it, but it goes straight. So let me show you that real quick, so this doesn't happen again.
Okay.
Yeah, you show her, June show.
And
Like, we're fine with you joining our group hugs. That's totally fine. But like, set this setting first.
Okay. I can do that.
and I think if June and Izuko like peel off to go do that, Choyu is going to also just recount the information. I think they're mainly talking to Satya, but obviously everyone who's here, they're talking to everyone. But I think Satya, this is the more political stuff, so I think Choyu's looking to Satya for advice or just to like have someone who knows what the fuck is going on. But like the whole bit about the North and South Water Tribe disagreement thing and how Pana claimed that she/the Southern Water Tribe have no beef with my family or the Earth Kingdom at all, which Choyu smells a load of bullshit, but they're not sure what else it could be, really. And then I think after they finish doing that, they just did you find anything down there?
So taken.
Oh.
And she'll
Oh.
pull out the capsule. I hope this isn't dangerous, but then I kind of also hope that it is. I was hoping that maybe Junsho would take a look at it. Because she probably has the equipment to like test it.
What is it?
Hopefully it's water, but it might also be Shirshu saliva, which is not good.
There were a lot of capsules like this down there. The kid that we were being escorted by kind of was wavery, like he kind of went back and forth on what they said it was. And then when we went back up onto the deck, Pana, is that her name? I wrote it down.
Yes.
Pana said that it was torpedoes, which is not what the kid said.
He did just say that it was water, so I guess they could be
It
water
could just be, that's
bending
true.
torpedoes.
They also wouldn't let me drink any of it.
Just nodding.
Right? Yeah. See?
Yeah.
Shows gets it.
Choyu looks a little mortified. You would drink that? You
I
don't know what
want-
it is.
Well, if it's water, then it's fine, right? So why wouldn't they let me drink it? Picking up what I'm putting down? Huh?
Shows us cutting right back to Shoza.
yeah.
Choyu tilts their head like this.
Look, I don't know what your feelings are on all of this. I know it's a super awkward situation because it's your ex's mom, and it's not just like an ex, like, oh, we broke up, like that he could have fucking murdered you. And I know I jumped in and I just sort of went full out, and
Yeah, we're gonna
I'm
talk
sorry.
about that later.
if that scared any of you, but I care about you, and I'm not gonna allow something like this to just go unpunished, or not allow there to be any retribution of any kind. So I'm gonna do everything that I can to find answers. And I'm sorry if it makes you uncomfortable in any kind of way. And if you think that I'm being too aggressive or whatever, you can say that, and I'll try to tone it down. But I'm not okay with this. So, and then she'll kind of just like walk away and try to find Junsho.
So anyway, that's how you push that button and get it to go just that direction.
It's a surprisingly simple process, yeah.
I mean, I had to make it where Shoza could do it, so yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's just shows us staring at the capsule.
I think G is holding the capsule now, just to like.
Cut to Shoza staring at the capsule G's holding, just like.
And I think Choyu mutters something about just like needing some time, and they go to their room.
Shoza looks at
G-
G. He does this. We'll do swords about it later, and then he'll be fine. It's fine. Don't worry about
Swords?
Two swords.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
These swords about it. I love that.
I think G sort of like watched Satya walk off, and then now she's watching Choyu walk off, and she's just standing there holding the capsule, like. Okay.
So you gonna drink that, or
Huh?
are you gonna drink that?
I was planning on waiting
Oh, okay.
just to, like. I get it though. I know it'd be fun.
Yeah. I'm also kind of curious how we get it open and like who could get it open. We would probably have, we would probably have to find like the strongest person in the crew to open it. So I'm just curious about who would,
So that would be you.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Do you want to go? I'm gonna go find Satya. I think she went to go see your sister. Do you want to come with me?
I've already seen her
Oh,
before, so I don't know. I'm
your
probably gonna go.
sister.
Yeah, probably
Okay.
gonna go see what Choyu's doing. Probably crying and writing poetry about her or something.
Oh.
Shoza like wanders off.
G stares after them, like really trying to process. Like, I've already seen her before. That's true. They're not wrong. Yeah. She's gonna go try and find Satya. Is Satya just
finding Juncho, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Up on the deck, talking to Izuko at the helm.
Hey, I don't want to interrupt, but if you have the time, June, I would love it if we could like use some of your tools, or you could use some of your tools to help us open that capsule that I stole. I think it's probably a good idea to see what's inside.
When you say use some of your tools, she kind of makes a face, but then when you say you use some of her tools, she smiles. She's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that would be a really good idea. Who has the capsule?
I think the last I saw, G was holding it.
Cut to G walking up behind Satya.
Hey,
I've got
lady.
it like I'm holding it like this, like in front of me. Just like
Let's take this to my lab.
Yes.
To
Okay.
the secret lab.
G
Well,
Uh,
remember, G?
I'm whipping Croc. No,
Oh my god.
sorry, that made me really excited. G has this like, and like they're like to the lab, and G internally is like, I wanted to have a conversation, but we're not. That's fine later. And goes with them.
Fair. I think we'll just cut to the lab then, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Shoza finding Choyu? Is that what was happening too?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got
Okay.
these two scenes.
So,
Okay.
I have the right tools for this. I do need the help of strong hands, big lady. So you'll come in handy. And Satya, how do you feel about taking notes?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Fantastic. All right. And she just like gets out some like beakers, some chromatography paper. I teach science.
I was about to say, Maya, don't know what that means.
So chromatography paper is paper that turns colors when you put it into solutions, and it separates out the different pieces of whatever that mixture is.
I remember
and so
doing
you
this
can
in
see what the
science
different
class.
parts is. So yeah, I teach science. But anyway, so chromatography paper, and she puts on some gloves because safety first, and goggles, and hands goggles to G and Satya. All right. Now, G, here's some gloves.
Okay.
Once you have these on, I want you to go ahead and open the capsule.
I can imagine that the gloves are like a little too small for G.
Yeah.
They like stop
Unlike
here.
me,
Yeah.
Shincho has tiny hands.
Shincho says open the capsule. And she's just looking at it. Is it at all obvious how to open it? Like,
Yeah.
is there... Okay, she's gonna try and twist it.
Twist it.
Yeah.
Bop
Stop
it.
Yeah.
Pop it.
Pull it.
If
Pull
twisting
it.
doesn't work, she's gonna bop it.
Yeah.
I don't know why you guys are laughing.
Could you please rely on your skills and training?
Oh, yeah, certainly. Where's my player's stuff? Here it is.
That's
Okay, now I'm gonna make
focus
a joke
roll.
while we're waiting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
June, show the science bow. June.
All right. I'm quitting, just so you guys know. Okay, focus, you said.
Yeah.
Still can't find it. Look at it. I dropped it! God, I dropped it! Oh, I picked it up.
Oh no, our show's ruined.
6 plus 2, 8.
8. All right, that's good. In sort of twisting, pull it, bop it, feel it, do it, groove it.
Feel it.
You kind of like, as you're running your hands around it, this capsule, which is again semi-transparent but like sort of opaque. It's like foggy a little bit, let's say. You're able to find a seam around sort of its center. So that might be a weak point, but it does not give, if that makes sense. There's no latch or button or thing to like pull. It seems
It's not
welded
unscrewable.
or yeah, exactly.
Okay. Hey Satya, can I borrow a knife?
Oh yeah.
I love how excited she got. Okay, she's gonna take the knife, put the capsule on like the work table and like look at Jinsho to make sure this is okay. Like this is the right area to do this. I'm gonna stab it gently. Is this cool with you?
Just
Jinsho?
caress it with a knife.
Yeah, you know. Is this cool? This is your lab. I want to like make sure everything's fine with you first. Jinsho?
That's you, Nikki.
Ninja.
What? Sorry, I spaced out. What?
Oh, it's okay. I am going to try to. G is putting the capsule on the like work table, and she's gonna like gently stab it with a knife to try and get it open. She's checking to make sure that's okay with you first, because it's your table.
Well, I mean, if there's no other methods, that is a method. Let's put a tray down first, and she grabs like a science tray and puts it under it because she's afraid of like this could be acid or something that is going to ruin her table. So she puts a little table, like a little tray down. Okay, and then what if it pops and gets on you? So,
If it pops and gets on me, I'll wash it off with some water.
If it's something you can wash off, let's put a towel over your hand so it doesn't splash anywhere.
I got gloves on.
It doesn't splash on Satya.
Oh, yeah.
Got it. Okay. And she puts the towel over your hands while you're... Okay, now, be careful.
I get it. I thought you meant... Sorry. Okay. G is gonna try to, like, work the point of the knife into the seam and, like, leverage it open.
Mm-hmm. You're strong, and I already gave you the skill check, honestly. You're able to slowly, like, work it into that groove, and eventually you can feel it start to give wider and, like, pop more along that it's clearly giving.
Like, could I pour it out of it now without having to open it all the way? Like, is it open enough where I could, like...
Yeah, you can pour it into a container. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm gonna stop and ask Junsho. I have it open enough where I can get some of what's in here out. Do you want me to just open it all the way, or do you want me to just pour some out into like a beaker? Vial? Is a beaker? That's the word.
Yeah. We're gonna pour some into this, and she points at a beaker, and into this one too. And then if you can close it back up, we'll close it back up.
Okay. G is going to try to do that. Pour it into the two beakers and then try to like kind of mush it back together.
Yeah. You're able to pour a little splashes here and there because it's obviously like awkward and a little, yeah. But you're able to get two into the beakers and then sort of push it back together. You can see that now, since the seam has been cracked, so to speak, it will never quite close, but it will mostly be closed. And if you don't mess with it, it won't open, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
We can put that here, and she gives you a like little container that you can put it in.
Okay. She does that.
All right. So now I'm going to test it.
Sorry. I was going to say, since you told Satya to take notes, she has just been taking notes of like the entire interaction. I'm like, okay, June told G to put towel over hands. G asked if she could pour into beakers, and then just been taking like useless notes, kind of.
Not useless. It's important.
You never know.
If doing the play-by-play.
To do a proper study, it has
this
to be
replicated. This is what science is.
Okay.
Yes.
She did not learn the scientific method, I don't think.
She skipped out on that lesson from our tutor.
Assess the situation, or like, am I rolling for this?
Yeah, that is a good assess the situation, I think.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, yes. I rolled an 11 plus 2 for creativity, and so it's a 13, baby.
All right. What questions would you like to ask about this?
I would like to know, let's see.
And again, you can riff on these questions. These are just sort of suggestions.
So I think that with the chromatography paper, and then maybe she has like some of that pH balance paper as well. So she's testing different like what is it, acidic? Like what is it? She actually doesn't know what Shirshu saliva should be like. So basically, she wants to know, like, what should I be on the lookout for to know that it's Shirshu saliva or plain water? She would know if it was plain water. Is it plain water?
Yeah, no, it's definitely not.
Okay.
So the first question, is it water, is what you're asking? Okay. It is definitely not water. Now that it's out of the capsule, you can see that it has a viscous nature and it has a certain smell to it as well.
Does it remind me of eelhound saliva?
No. It really has sort of an acrid smell to it. It's very sweet in an unpleasant way. Like not, I don't mean sweet as in like a ooh treacle tart sense, but like a sweet as in ugh, that is like, that's gonna sit on your tongue wrong if you try to do like anything with it. It's just like ugh, like sweet in a bad way. That acrid sense of ugh. You get a little whiff of it and you're like ugh.
Satya, write this down.
Okay.
It smells like when Dad makes the tea.
And Dad makes the tea.
Yeah, too sweet and but also bitter. It's weird. And then it's viscous. It's a little thicker. It's definitely not water.
Not water.
But other than that, I can't really tell you much. I can tell you whether or not, is it acidic or not?
See, that's the thing. It doesn't have a pH.
Okay, great. I don't know much else about it. We're gonna have to run some other kinds of experiments.
Do you have any like organic things, like a flower or something that we could see what it does to something natural?
I could touch it.
No.
Because that's what, if it's Shirshu saliva, it
will wear off
contact
eventually.
based. It'll wear off, yeah.
Well, okay.
If you're gonna do that though, let's
sit down.
Sit you down on the floor. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. So
I
don't want you breaking my stuff, and I don't want you to get broken. So
I appreciate that. Riley, can I ask them really quickly?
Yeah.
I know we talked a little bit last session about like what G would realistically know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to suss out if she would know, because again, this is Maya trying not to metagame with my avatar knowledge. Because I know that like Shirshu venom will like affect areas of the body,
yes,
and stuff like that. So do you think like would G have any knowledge of that, or is that kind of just like
I think you have a working knowledge of it? Yeah.
Okay.
Not necessarily a detailed knowledge, but
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so G's just gonna, I'll sit down. I will say, I feel like if we do this without Shoza, they're gonna feel really left out. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Okay. I'll be right back.
And they really wanted to drink it.
To find Shoza.
Okay.
And I think that's going to transition us to the scene with Shoza and Choyu, and then we can bring Junsho in at the end of it, so to speak, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. Shoza would have gone from talking to G to the door of Shoyu's like captain's quarters, and they just like knock. It's too loud and too forceful, but it's not like aggressive pounding.
You hear a grunt from inside.
Boss.
Not
in
your
there?
boss.
Okay, I'm gonna come in now.
Okay.
Okay, and they open the door and they step in.
Truly the locutors of our age, folks.
The what?
The
The speakers of our age.
what are you doing?
So I think Choyu has just like I think when they first got back, I think they did the thing where you are angry and you like punch your own hand like this. And then they did ooh, it's snowing. Sorry. Then they did the thing where you like scream into a pillow, so they did that. And then they did the thing where I think they're sitting at their desk when you come in, and I think they're sitting at their desk, and in front of them is the letter that Fior gave them, and they're just like they were like sitting and just like glaring at it.
Why are you mad at that paper?
It's I'll be fine. And they fold it back up and stick it back in the whatever envelope thing, and they stick it back in their files, and they turn around and they face you, and they do that thing where you like lean on your thighs. I'll be fine.
Shoza comes over and sits on your bed.
It's a big bed.
Yeah, it is a big bed. You got the biggest bed in here. I sleep in a hammock. That thing is not comfortable, but that's fine. Look, we all get letters sometimes that make us cry. I've done it. June's done it. Satya's probably done it. I don't think G's ever cried. She's so big and strong. Whew. But yeah, sometimes, life gives you a bunch of lemons and you just got to scream into a pillow about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a letter from Nimbia after she left.
Yeah. How
Makes me real sad.
I know. I miss her.
Yeah, I miss her a lot. I wish she didn't leave to go make that dweeb less of a dweeb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people go for it.
Oh, I think if he really does regret everything, and I think they like gesture towards the letter that Fior had given them. If they really regretted things, then, it's as much as I hate to say it, he needs her more than we do.
He needs a lot of things more than we do, to be honest. I mean, like, I'm a mess, but that guy was a mess. You know what I mean?
I loved that mess.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to judge you. I'm not trying to, like, say, like, but, I mean, I never really got it. That's fine. I don't get a lot of stuff. Sometimes when someone you love is mean and bad, you have to help your sister sneak out in the night and make with, getting out of there, fly ship, become pirates.
Yeah.
But you already got the ship and you already got the pirates. So, I mean, that's a pretty good start. You got the swords, you got the big bed. I don't know. You're doing a lot better
What's your
than me.
priorities?
Shows' priorities are some of the best things. Like, everything is equal and not remotely like different. You know, you got the ability to lead and a really big bed. Like, they're the same value of importance.
You got the leader's panache, you got the leader's bed. It's good to go. But they say, you know, I've known you for a little while. I knew Fior for a little while before that. And you both like to get like super excited about stuff and get all glowy. And then the second something comes along that's like not glowy, then you stop right away and you go like write sad poetry about it and cry a bunch. And I'm not saying you can't do that or that's bad, but you know, I mean, change it up a little bit if it doesn't feel like it's working for you. You know, when was the last time you lifted? Just silent.
Show you for the record, I think it's really funny that Shoza is just convinced that Shoyu writes poetry. I don't think they write poetry. Because I think in the first or second episode I established that they draw, but it's not like
right, yeah.
It's but I just love that Shoza's convinced that I'm like a writer.
100%.
Oh yeah, it's so good. Yeah, and when you ask, have you lifted yet, bro? Choyu is silent, but then they let out like a forced chuckle, and they say, I won an obstacle course.
You did. That's right. You shouldn't forget that, because you're the beast tamer. You know who isn't the beast tamer? Fior. Fior's a dweeb.
I don't know why I didn't see it coming at all. I feel insurmountably bad. Just so bad. If I couldn't read him, if I was overtaken by my feelings, what kind of leader does that make me?
I mean, I don't know what it has to do with being a leader. It just sounds like people stuff. It sounds like you're a person, you know?
Leading is people stuff, though.
I mean, I don't want to get into, the politics of it and who does what and everything, but usually for the most part, the only people who get stuff done are like people, and then the leaders walk around or they get carried around on big, like palanquins sometimes. I've seen that and I'm always like, that seems pretty sweet. That must be a good deal to be able to just kind of like sit around and stuff. But you don't really do that. You like go and you tame the beasts and you make people happy, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's okay to be sad. A guy that you like told you that like he loved you every day, and then he tried to like feed you to his dead dad or something. So
I don't think that's
a lot to take in. I
Yeah.
get it. It's okay to be honest with yourself that hurts,
Yeah.
You want to go do swords?
Sure.
Okay.
And I think
Yeah.
I think like the last shot of this is Choyu standing up, and they like sort of like roll their shoulders back, and they go to their like closet in their room, because I think when we all like went back on the ship after being in Amashu, they brought like a bunch of their weapons with them, knowing that Shoza was interested in that.
Yeah.
So I think there's a shot of them just like opening their closet, and there's just lots of weapons, and they're like,
Yeah.
this was and like in canon, this is Fior's side of the closet that now is just weapons.
It's just weapons. That's incredible.
And then it was swords.
Yeah,
And then we did swords.
I think June would find us like on the deck, like sparring essentially.
Also, doing swords is such like Charlie Kelly, like Always Sunny in Philadelphia
Yeah.
energy. Like just that. There's something about that turn of phrase.
I think of like little brothers. Like that's a phrase
Yeah.
that like a
Oh, yeah.
little sibling
Yeah.
would say.
I did that to my older brother all the
Yeah, I
time.
want to do swords. Let's do swords.
Are you comforting or supporting me? 'Cause
Oh
that's a
yeah,
move.
I guess I
I was
am.
gonna ask that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. So on a hit, they must decide if they open up to you. Well, we kind of move back, but that's fine. If they don't, mark a condition and take +1 for it. If they do, ask them a question. On a 10 plus, you can ask a question. They can ask a question of you as well. Anyone who answers a question honestly may choose to clear a condition or 2 fatigue.
Do we have any fatigue to clear either? of you?
Yeah, we just
I
had
have
that big
fatigue to
fight.
clear.
Okay. Give me.
Yeah, so
Rolls,
Shows it's gonna
then.
roll.
I got what am I adding to it?
Harmony.
I think I have 0. Let me scroll up here. Yeah. So I got 7.
Okay, that hits. This is a little after the facting.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
honestly, you both role played through that
Mhm.
like it was a success. So you both can mark clear 2 fatigue or a condition. Yeah, feel free
What
to
was
do
the
that.
question you asked me? Because if you didn't ask me a direct question, you can ask me a question and I'll answer
Yeah.
it.
God, I don't know.
There was a
I don't
question
remember
in
a
there.
single word I said.
There was a question in there. I think it was something like, I don't know, but like I feel like at one point Shoza asked a question. Like,
Yeah, they asked the ultimate question: do you want to go do swords? And you answered honestly. So, you know.
actually, you know what? I'm gonna give you that because getting someone out of their emotional funk and like bringing them in, that's yeah.
Oh yeah, clear
Oh,
2
yeah.
fatigue.
I also just really like because like one of my little like character connections is that Shoza seems to not fully understand what it means that I'm the icon of my tradition, and I like feeling free around them. And so
Hell yeah.
I
I worry Shoyu won't be able to hold their own when things get tough. I'm gonna toughen them up.
Aw.
So yes, when June comes to find us, I think we are sparring. I think Shoza, do you pick a sword? I assume you have a sword.
Shoza has their Dao that they essentially stole from you.
I gave it to you.
While you were present. They kind of muscled their way into it, but yeah.
Yeah, they're like, this is mine now. This like
Yeah.
very expensive, well-made sword, mine now. But because I like the idea that Choyu's fighting you with a polearm, like a longer
Ooh, okay.
thing.
Mhm. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we're sparring when you come up and we're doing the grunting and like
They're doing swords, yeah.
we're doing
Definitely
swords.
doing swords, yeah.
Juncho's doing
Careful.
the thing of like looking back and forth, like, do I want to interrupt this? And just waits.
Choyu
waits.
does a diving forward roll to get out of the way, and then they like do like they like look up at you. Hey,
Hi, we're gonna do a experiment. And I need Shoza for that.
Shoza yells, drops the Dao, runs downstairs, probably pushing past June, yelling to G, "Don't drink it! Don't drink it yet!"
I still have that. I was
Feral.
waiting for you.
Little brother energy.
Choyu blinks twice, and there's like the dink dink, and they just stand up. And they probably roll their shoulders back again. They're probably shirtless for this. I don't fucking know. But they twirl their polearm. Actually, I think it'd be cool if they used like the end of their polearm to like kick the sword up and then they catch it. And they're like, I'll go put these away.
Okay.
Sure.
Did you want to come down for the experiment?
Sure, I'll be right down.
Okay. And not realizing that that's a dismissal and she could go down without you, she follows you.
That's totally fair.
love that.
So as Shoza road runners like their way downstairs, and Junsho is following Choyu, we're going to cut to Satya and Ji Young having a brief moment to talk to one another while this is sort of transition.
Oh, Oliver took me down.
No,
You're invisible.
we are the void.
The void.
We are the lost. We are
Hello,
the
hello.
greatest.
Let's bring back this joke from earlier.
No.
Wash the wine.
End the stream. End it. Cut it. Cut the feed.
How will you know who is who? Good thing we have these captions that label who's saying what.
Hi.
Hello.
As is tradition. Sorry for the immediate BRB. Everything was breaking, and we conveniently needed a bio break. So now that we're all fed and watered, and our photosynthesis is occurring, we're gonna get back into the game with Maya and Satya. Their scene. Yep, yeah, you, that Maya, the one who's chewing. I'm doing the waiter thing and interrupting you immediately. How's your meal? How's it going? Is it delicious? Can I get you anything else? How's your day going?
Tell me your life story. And would you
Okay,
like
so
some
I
more
was-
napkins with that?
I was bored at the age of 6, and it was really hard.
Did you just make a Game Grumps?
I was born at the age of 6 without a face. Sorry. Anyway, sorry, I've literally had cake in my mouth. This is my life.
There's some cake in my mouth.
No, right?
What kind of cake in your mouth?
I'm sorry.
It's just vanilla.
Everything is
I'm a very
cake.
vanilla person.
Oh God, the energy.
Oh wait, you mean like a
Vanilla cake.
You mean like a booty? You mean like a butt?
Yeah. A booty.
I get the joke you're making. No, not me. Hey, what's happening in the game?
Yeah.
I have like one bite of cake left and it's just staring at me. Anyway, let's do an emotional RP scene.
Okay.
I'm joking. I mean, I'm not joking. Someone else get us back on track. I'm bad.
We are alone in the shop. You're about to do something dangerous.
No, it's safe. Touching poison is safe. Okay, yeah, cool. So Juncho just left to go get the other two.
I'm assuming
Yep.
Izuko left too, because Izuko was here,
think-
right?
Wasn't
Yes.
no, I think Izuko was driving the ship.
Yeah,
Oh, did she go back?
Izuko was
Okay,
steering the
never mind,
ship.
never
So
mind.
yeah,
Ignore me.
it's
She
Jinsho
joined us for
went
the group
above
hug.
Yep, Jinsho went above deck and will quickly be back down. So
Yes,
brief, yeah.
brief conversation. So I think there's like a good, and you can tell me if this doesn't sound right, Christiana, but I think there's like a solid 10 seconds of just standing there in silence.
Yes. Agreed.
Kind of a little bit awkwardly. And then G, who has started to sort of like pick at her shirt and like her sash, which he doesn't normally do, is gonna like looking down too, is gonna be like, so you sure jumped off the ship.
Yeah. Sorry. I know you've told me many times that it's impulsive or, stupid or whatever to put myself in danger like that when there are better ways to do things, but I don't know, something about this whole situation and Choyu and Fior, it enrages me and I hate that feeling. I just sort of let myself get lost in that. I'm sorry.
Sahi, it's okay. I know that you love Choyu. And I know that on principle, and I understand it, but on principle, you hate Fior and everyone who had anything to do with him. I get it. I honestly, I'm not good at hating people, but I think I might hate Fior too for what they did, for what he did. But I need you. Do you know why I protect you?
I mean, that's just what we do. You were hired by my dad, and then we became friends and said "fuck you, dad," and left. And that's just kind of our dynamic.
Yeah.
It is at this point that shows us storms into the room. Don't drink it. Don't drink all of it. You can drink it. Don't drink all of it.
I was going to wait for you. I was specifically waiting for you. I told Juncho to go get you.
Awesome.
I got your back. No
Hell
worries. Yeah.
Oof.
Where's
And
your sister?
Shoza stops and looks at the two of you. The vibe's weird in here. The vibe in the room is kind of weird. What are you two talking about?
Where's your sister?
Oh, she's up. Actually, I thought she was behind
the
me.
clomp, clomp, clomp of Junsho follows right behind. Followed by Choyu shortly thereafter, yeah?
Oh, I was following Choyu into their bedroom.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because June was just following me.
Yeah, that's
but I'm
true.
assuming, we put the stuff away, and we walked down. I show you my weapons wall.
When we're alone and Shoza has run off and she's followed you in and she's like very quietly, Shoyo, can I tell you a secret?
Sure. And Choyu's gonna close the door. And they'll sit down on the bed and they're like very attentive.
Okay, so can you not tell anyone else?
Yeah.
Including Shoza.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm laughing at Ellis.
I think I like Izuko? I've never had a crush before. What does it feel like?
Is she still standing?
Yeah, she's pacing. And she's doing like anxious hands. So she has happy hands and anxious hands, and she's doing this and pacing.
Choyu's gonna try and they're gonna stand up again and try to grab you. Is that something that I can do?
Yeah, you've seen Shoza do it before, like the firm shoulder grip.
Yeah, I think they're going for your hands and they're trying to hold your hands still, and so they can hold you still. And so if you let that happen, I'm going to try and basically just bring you over to the bed so that we can sit down together.
Okay, she lets it happen.
Okay. It's different for everyone, but and it's different based on the relationships. It feels like you want to spend more time with them. When I was growing up with Satya, both of us really liked each other, but we didn't think it was like that. But I remember just always wanting to be around her. I wanted to hug her and spend time with her, and our parents were stoked that I don't sure you wouldn't fucking say stoked. Our parents were excited that we wanted to spend all this time together because we were promised to each other from birth, pretty much. But we just thought, oh, we're just really good friends. We'll go on the dates and do all that stuff. But at least for me,
Stop it! Chat, you guys.
Stop it!
We're trying to have a serious moment.
I'm trying to role play.
Guys, stop! Stop saying bro you.
Bro you.
I'm gonna close the chat.
You need to share with if you're gonna make me break, you have to share with the main chat. What the fuck y'all are doing? Yeah. Anyways, our parents always would set us up on these dates, and we were just friends. We'll go on the date to appease our parents, but it felt nice, and I can just feel it inside me. I wanted to spend all my time with her. And I was really afraid to say anything because I thought she was also just doing this to appease her parents. But, you know, and with Fior, it felt different. A different kind of crush. He was...
I think Fior crushed you. Like,
Show
they
you
were
stops
a
talking.
lot, and you're kind of subtle, and Fior's not.
He's not subtle. Not at all. But he was so bright. And it was a different kind of crush, I think is what Choyu is just trying to say. And but I liked him a lot. For different reasons.
Yeah, Satya's bright too, but in a different way.
Everything's different now.
I don't know about that. But, okay, so I think it is a crush then, because I want to teach her things, like all of the things I know, and I want Shoza to like her, like, I really want Shoza to like her, and I'm really glad that they're starting to like her, and I want to feed her things. It's weird.
I think Choyu just like puts their hands on your hands and just like holds your hands and just they're smiling so wide, and they say, "Yeah, that sounds like a little crush."
Cool. I'm not ready to do anything about it, but I'm glad to have identified the situation. Speaking of which, we should probably go back to the experiment now. And she awkwardly stands up and immediately walks out before you can say anything else to her.
Choyu is running after like, "Oh, you left them alone in your lab," and they're running after you.
Oh no, that's right. We left some of the most impulsive people. The family exit. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if possible, could we cut back to the lab and Shoza is like really trying to convince G that they should drink it right now, or something along those lines.
Yes.
Look, I know that so I think June went with show you. So he's probably going to show her a bunch of his poetry and talk about how sad he is and stuff. So it's probably going to take a while.
Do they write poetry? I've never seen them.
I'm pretty sure they write poetry. They're sad all the time. So it's some of that's got to become poetry.
I think Choya has always drawn beautiful pictures, but I don't know about poetry.
Choya?
Yeah.
Like the captain?
A good artist, yeah.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out, I
Smash cut to the inside of Choyu's room, and I think there's those hanging scrolls that have like art and beautiful calligraphy on them, and that's Choyu's work. But I don't think any like people realize that those are mine.
100% is wow, you got great taste. Where'd you buy all these?
Oh my God.
But yeah, Shoza's I don't know about that, but I do know that it's probably gonna be a while. And we should probably drink this now because we don't want to be sitting around waiting forever.
I think we should wait for June. I think it would be rude of us to use her lab and not have her be here for the experiment. Plus, she has to tell me what notes to take,
So I know we were talking about drinking it earlier. I was thinking that maybe we could start off just by touching it and seeing what happens.
Yeah.
And then if nothing fun happens, we could try drinking it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Satya, do you want to be on note duty? Because sometimes I get put on note duty and I hate it.
No, I like it.
Okay.
All
right.
I need to take notes for Choyu all the time and stuff because I like writing.
Oh, you like right?
As this is happening, you hear lighter than when Shoza did it, but it is very frantic.
The same pattern.
Yeah, same pattern, but lighter, like an octave higher.
Shoza freezes.
And Choyu is following along, but silently.
Without me? You know.
No.
Shoza, you know.
Hmm?
You're not supposed to do that.
I.
This is for your safety and mine,
Uh-oh.
but mostly
All right.
yours.
Here comes the
Because I
safety
will
talk.
hurt you if you break my lab.
I'm not
Or
going to break
yourself.
your lab. It happened one time.
You broke her lab before?
Like the
One
whole thing?
time.
How do you break an entire room?
Oh, actually, it was pretty cool. So, just like goes into this story about just like chaos.
I think it's a montage where like the voice lines are all overlapping one another. Oh, and this and then this, and then you see all the little chibis above your head, like telling
It's
the
like
story.
explosions.
It shows it breaking something. June like immediately running over trying to fix it, and while they're trying to fix it, Shoza is breaking another thing, just kind of flailing around like, oh no,
Like Godzilla going through a city.
100%. And then I think like the visual gag is that now it's like the afternoon.
We've been just listening to this fun story for like a solid 3 hours.
I will say, and I wanted to bring this up. I don't mean to kill the momentum here, but we definitely have treated this episode as a soap opera insofar as like we have walked like 20 feet and had like 20 minutes worth of conversation in what is canonically less than a 5-minute span. Like just
legitimately.
Time has no meaning here in this liminal space we've created, and I love that.
Yes, every show needs to have like a soap opera episode where it's just 3 different conversations happening at the same time in adjacent rooms.
And they're all really dramatic. Yeah.
So back to the experiment. So then June she's like, okay, I feel like we've heard the story before. It pains me every time you tell it.
It's hilarious.
Okay, time to try the potion, the thing.
Okay.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. I just want you to I'm gonna put it in this little petri dish, and you're gonna dip a finger. But first, you're gonna sit down, and I'm gonna bring it over to you when you're sitting down, and then you may dip your finger.
You know I hate the sit down rule.
Because the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
The bigger, because the bigger
that
I know.
I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
Choyu's walked around to where Satya's sitting, and they sit next to her.
That is not lost on June show because she's ready for that.
Satya is just like pretending to write notes and like making sure that Choyu doesn't see that she's scribbling absolutely gibberish garbage.
Shoza takes sits down and takes the beaker and then offers it to G like, did you want dibs? I don't know if anybody called dibs before I got in, so
no one called dibs. We can both do it if you want, or you can just do it. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I'll go. All right.
Maybe we should have the same time. That way,
we can do it.
We can discuss the effects of.
Riley Gritch on Twitch.
Yeah.
Does anything happen to me when I put my finger in the beaker of not water?
Nothing happens to your finger. Nothing happens to your hand. Nothing happens to your arm.
I don't like this, Riley. I'm not liking this
I know.
this fun little
your heart stops in your chest.
The anatomy. I'm scared. Let's
now that you put it in and you sort of take it on your fingers, it's a little like greenish golden hue to it almost. And again, it has that very acrid, sweet smell to it as well. And
Stuff
you
smells like dab tea.
fucking love you guys so much. Oh my god.
God damn it. And you rub it around your hands and you like wait for any ill effects to take place. You don't fall down, you don't feel woozy. Well, you kind of feel woozy from the fumes of it, but yeah. And I would say there are like fumes coming off of it.
Mostly it just smells bad. And it's kind of is it you already said it was like viscous, so it's like viscous to the touch.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Yeah, you can ask a question.
Well, thank you. So I don't know if I should. I'm thinking. I've been watching too much D&D. I'm thinking about this in terms of D&D. This is not D&D. I was like, is there a way for me to check, or is this your choice on whether or not G would have any knowledge specifically of how the Shurshu's deliver their poison? Like, I know it's saliva, but does it have to
Yes.
do with like breaking the skin?
So I'm just going to give you this one because I think you would have a working. Again, you have a working knowledge of Shershu. You would know.
Barbed tongue, perhaps?
Barbed tongue with an intent to delivery. So
Okay.
it's not a contact paralytic. It is a system paralytic. So once it's in the bloodstream, breaches the skin, then and I believe that's canonically how it is in Avatar as well.
That's what I would think too.
Yeah.
So I think that G still has Satya's knife. And she's just gonna, like, without asking anybody or saying anything, she's gonna walk up next to Shoza, make a little cut on the point of her index finger, and put it in the beaker.
Oh, we're doing mixtures now. Okay.
Put it in the beaker. It gets a little bloody. And there's a couple things to note here. Point one, you leave it there for a good second. You wait for like anything to occur. You are not paralyzed. Point number two, the blood does not mix with the liquid.
That is not something I've seen before.
Are you okay, G?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
You don't feel woozy?
No. Do I feel woozy? I don't feel anything.
You don't really feel anything. It doesn't really
sting.
It doesn't really sting. No, it doesn't really feel like anything. It has kind of an uncomfortable like sensation of like that's not supposed to be like abutted to it, and like but it's not stinging. There's no burning. There's no nothing like that, which is weird.
It's not. I don't think it's Shershu. It's not. If it could be something made from Shershu saliva, but it's not plain old Shershu saliva. I would be paralyzed.
So, I mean.
Oh, actually, I need to revise that.
Oh, I died.
Sorry. I'm looking a lot of things up to get these
You're
answers. Fine. We're gonna roll it back. When you touch it to the surface, everything I said about the blood not mixing, that's all still good. But it is an immediate painful burning sensation.
Oh.
You all right? You made like a face.
Yeah, it hurts.
Oh.
That means she's in a lot more pain than you think.
Probably, yeah. So I know we're all thinking it, but I'm just going to say, like, I'm not going to drink this now because you got your blood all in it.
That's fine.
Been in here the longest. Would that be G and Satya, I think?
I think it would be G and Satya.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
You
Essentially G, because G's the one closest to it.
Yeah. By now, you like that skin, not the skin. I don't know why I said that. By now, the smell, it was adjacent. By now, the smell of it has really started to like eat at you. You have a bit of a wooziness and a little bit of a baby headache. And also, you're feeling a little bit nauseous.
Satya will try to get up, but like stumble and like try to grasp for Choyu.
Yeah, I'll grab you.
She will like see Satya stumble and like try to move towards her and also kind of stumble a bit.
Hey, are you okay? What's going on?
I just feel really nauseous. Maybe it's the fumes. We've been in here for a while.
I'm gonna make eye contact with June. And just like my eyes are telling you, like this might be some sort of air thing.
I think it's best if we air the room out, and also we should not hang out in here if you're not feeling great. Shoza, will you help G up the stairs, please?
Yup.
And then she's gonna go over. There's like one of those, like, you know, those like round windows. She totally has one of those that can open because it's her lab. Like we would need to air it out sometimes. Like smoke happens. So she opens it up and ushers everyone upstairs. She also puts the rest of what they have into a closed container that has. She puts like the little, you know, those snap hinges, like the metal snap hinges for jars and stuff. So she has a container that has those on the sides, and she puts that inside of. So she puts everything in there and closes it up real tight so that it can't leak out anymore.
I think like as I'm helping Satya up the stairs, I just keep like, Choyu sounds very worried.
Fair enough. You're able to aerate the lab out. You're able to cover it up. Remind me, are you taking this all upstairs now and above deck? Or
I'm leaving the closed box in the lab.
Got it. Okay.
But I think all of us are going like, or at least I was going to take Satya to the deck so we can sit down.
Okay.
And I would help she just right behind them. Stuff.
Cool. After a few moments on the deck and like good fresh clean air, yep, you're feeling a lot better. Like the wooziness has kind of gone away. Shows I have to kind of like retcon something for you as well. When you would have touched it, it would have burned a little bit too.
Okay.
And there's a little bit of redness where both of you touched it. Yes.
Is it any worse in like the cut?
It's a lot worse in the cut. Yeah.
Oh no.
Cool.
I think, is she making biological weapons?
Actually, Izuko will, since you're above deck and she hears you say that, Izuko's probably going to come over and be like, what's wrong?
I think Fior's mom, she did not learn her name. She does not care. I think Fior's mom is making biological weapons using Shirshu's saliva mixed with water because they can bend water. And now G is injured.
It's a cut. It's a little cut on my finger. I'm just gonna wash it out.
It looks disgusting.
Thank you.
And Izuko will, I guess, ask, can I look at it?
Feel free.
And looks at it and will say, oh, this looks like a fuel burn.
What?
What?
Well, one of the
Fuel?
things.
Did you say fuel?
Yeah, fuel. One of the things that the Fire Nation started experimenting with at the end of the war was non-coal based fueling systems. And they had started to experiment with this thing that they call gasoline. And
oh, fuck.
So she has...
Sorry, that was mostly Maya.
Yeah, I figured. Sorry, what was that, Nikki?
It's combustible?
It should be, yeah.
Oh no. She's got combustible torpedoes.
Oh my god, she wasn't lying about them being torpedoes.
I never thought she was lying about them being torpedoes. I just thought she was lying about what's inside of them.
I super thought she was lying about them being torpedoes.
This is a lot to process.
Anybody got a water skin?
I'm gonna go over there, and she just like goes to whatever is her designated like time alone spot on the ship, which is like there's a spot where it's open to the air, but it's like between two things so that she can be alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody got a water skin that I could borrow real fast?
Shoza takes one from their hip. Oh yeah, here you go.
Thank you. G takes it kind of quickly and starts like trying to rinse the cutout like over the side of the ship.
Yeah. You rinse it out neat and fine, and the water gets all of it out, so you're not at risk of infection. Good protocols, great job. Yeah.
Woo.
Wonderful
We
safety
solved
protocols,
your
everyone.
puzzle.
Basic
Yeah.
first aid. Cool.
Choyu's gonna look at you two and sort of like how or you three as we're making all these discoveries, and they're just gonna say, okay, so you found this, but no Shershu.
We didn't see any trace of any large animals. We didn't see any fur, blood, nothing.
What could she have wanted with them? Like Choyu genuinely looks just so perplexed.
I think, and I'm not the brains here, but I think what Yuzuko said about fuel and what Junsho said about water mixed with Shirshu saliva, I think it sounds like maybe some combination of all three.
I mean, well, it doesn't have to be like. Do we know like what they're doing with the Shershu? Because if they're just taking them and disappearing with them, I mean, maybe they're maybe they're getting ready for like cavalry or something. Bunch of people on gassed up Shershu.
Gas powered Shirshu.
I don't know.
My mother said that they had been poached, but Pana claimed that she was theoretically, if she had taken them, she would have released them after taking the saliva.
So
Theoretically.
So that's actually, your mother said that they've been being poached. Is there
Like disappearing, which means they
Okay.
wouldn't have been putting them back.
Okay, so there
Like they're
was no
disappearing.
like bodies of Shirshu or anything.
No, just that they're
just
disappearing. Yeah.
Could
So
be an entirely different problem.
gone. Yeah.
We saw
Right,
no
but-
trace of Shershu.
but the Fonmo claimed that that someone matching the description of Pana was asking about Shershu. That's the thing that I'm confused about.
Yeah. My question is, where do we go from here? We know now that Pana and her people are making something, and we think that they're involved in the disappearance of Shirshu.
And there must be something with the Earth Kingdom. She claimed there was nothing, but there must be something.
I mean, it might just be where the Shershu are. I mean,
Well, yes, but I think it goes deeper than that, but I just don't know what.
I mean, the water tribes are at conflict with each other, right?
Yeah, that's according to Pana. Yes.
What better way to destroy an entire tribe built on water and ice than to blow it up, like the Fire Nation tried to do all those years ago? We might have just found one piece of the puzzle. Shershu may still be involved. They just weren't on that ship. They might be on land, not on a ship at all. But this is another factor.
Choyu is deep in thought, and I like to think that when Choyu is deep in thought, their face does a thing.
What kind of thing? Describe the thing.
like I think they get really squinty, and like their head tilts and their lips twist around, and I think their hands, I think they are tapping.
Oh,
I think they
there he goes.
tap their fingers together like this.
Oh, yep, he's got one. He's got something. He's working on something in there. You can see it. He does this.
Why is that fully the Grinch face, though?
I think so. Junsho's had some time to decompress, and she comes back and she's like, does anyone know the history of the water tribe, the southern water tribe? That's where Fior's from, right? Does anyone know, like, who they might be mad at other than the Fire Nation? But I don't know why they would get combustibles to fight the Fire Nation, because we're kind of already set up to defend from that. So, like, who are they mad at? Because I'm really trying to work out, like, what their thought process is, and I'm really confused.
Well, Satya was just saying something about the tribes being mad at each other. So maybe they're making it to fight the northern tribe.
Why are they mad at each other?
Well, I don't know.
Choyu snaps out of their thing, and they look over and they said, the Northern Water Tribe and the Southern Water Tribe, according to Pana, have a major disagreement about how to rebuild after the war. That's what she told me anyway, and it's in line with various mumblings that Fior had mentioned as well, but yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
The Southern Water Tribe, and Riley, correct me if I'm getting this wrong, but the Southern Water Tribe doesn't like that those to the north are imposing their own traditions onto the southern group. And they want their independence to rebuild how they like. And I guess the Northerners won't leave them alone.
The person who did that was General Zhao of the Fire Nation Navy.
It happened in the Northern Water Tribe, though.
Yes.
It happened.
Yes, it did happen in the north.
Yeah.
In the north. Okay. All right.
It was during the siege on the Northern Water Tribe.
For the audience, I asked who was responsible for killing the moon and which tribe it was. Okay. Shoza says, well, I mean, we're not going to figure it out just kind of standing around here slapping each other's butts. We want to, like...
What?
Who?
It's a common
what?
saying. No, it's a common saying. Everybody says, don't worry about it.
Oh.
But, I mean, Shoza looks at June and then kind of looks at Shoyu like, where are we going? You know? I mean, we can think about it on the way.
I think Choyu hesitates because, like, deep down inside, they're like, I need to talk to my parents about all of this.
That's really funny because Junsho was going to suggest we go back to Umashio. So, like,
Me too.
Junsho's like, so we had a lot of resources in Umashio. I think we should go back there and do some research, and I'm sure there's some really smart people who live in the palace that we could talk to.
And I think
I really
Choyu...
like your mom's tea.
I think when Choyu, like, chuckles at that, it sounds extremely forced. And something about this just made them uncomfortable. And Choyu says, all right, let's go to Amashu. And they just kind of, like, stand up and they turn to leave.
Wait. Choyu.
What? And they turn around.
I will never understand all of the complexities involved in being a leader and the position that you're in. But I know about trying to protect people, and you can't keep everything to yourself. It's going to crush you. Something's on your mind, just tell us.
Can't. And I think they like look down and they look away and they just say, I need time. And they're gonna try to walk away if no one chases after them.
I think Satya would. Actually.
She's gonna just watch her go.
Juncho kind of scowls because when she needs time and people follow her, she gets mad. So she's just like, what is Satya doing?
Sometimes people like it when you go talk to them, even after you say that you don't want anyone to talk to you, or you show it that you don't want to be talked to.
That's weird. Why don't people just say what they want?
I don't know. It beats me.
People are weird.
Should we go make
People
lunch?
are weird. Yeah, let's go make lunch. I haven't fed Dumpling today. Oh, I haven't fed Dumpling today. And she runs downstairs.
I fed Dumpling when I got up.
Oh, you fed. Oh, okay. We almost got double feedsies on Dumpling. Good call.
I feel like Dumpling probably gets double feedsies a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
That's a real fat duckling.
It's
You're very
It's a
happy
dumpling.
duckling.
Go around. I think if like Junsho and Shoza are like heading off, G's just gonna like stay behind and stand there for like basically like count to 30 in her head, and then very like quietly and softly try to go follow Satya and Choyu.
Sneakies.
Do 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 do.
What is that?
Do 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 do.
That sounds familiar, but I can't place
It's
it. You gotta
Sneaky
tell
Snitch
me.
by Kevin MacLeod.
Thank
It's
you.
really popular
Yes,
background
like YouTube
music.
background music.
Yeah.
Yes, I knew it
Yeah.
sounded familiar. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's killing me. Cool.
Yeah, so Choyu is doing the stocky, gloomy, the stuff that I'm sure Satya has seen before as well. And yeah, they're heading for their room.
As soon as you like cross the threshold of your room, the door just slams open.
Ah!
Hey, don't do that.
What?
The thing where you get all in your emotions and you know what you want to say and you don't say it, and instead you retreat and you hope someone follows you. So here I am. What's wrong? What's wrong? Please.
Choyu like bites back like some maybe sassy or snarky like leave me alone kind of retort, and they just and they're gonna walk around to the door, because I'm assuming you like burst it wide open and they're gonna close it, and they're gonna like turn around so that their back is to the door, and they're like, I'm feeling a lot of things right now, and I wanted to process it, but you're here now, so.
Well, because you're going to process it wrong, Shayu. You're blaming yourself for things that you don't need to.
But I feel like it's my fault, though.
It's not. How are you supposed to know if someone is telling you that they love you and that you should trust them? How are you supposed to know that you can't when they're doing everything right and your entire crew also trusts and loves them? How are you supposed to know? What, like, Mistakes happen.
This is not about Fior.
And what
like,
is it about?
Choyu, like I think like as soon as she started saying that, like Choyu was really confused because they're thinking about their parents and you're talking about Fior, and they just it's not him, and they're gonna walk away from the door and go to like the far side of the room, like their desk.
She's like, shit.
Who? What?
Oh, because G's on the other side of the door listening. So she's like, ah, shit.
My room has windows though. That was pre-established. There's windows like all over this thing. And yeah, so they cross the room, sit down at their desk. You're not gonna leave, are you, until I talk to you?
No, I'm not. Who have you had in the past to listen to you and give you advice because they know you, not just because they're trying to feed you to their dead dad?
That's what Shozu said too.
I think we're alike in many ways.
And Shoyu's like head like thumps on their desk. Something's not right here, they say, speaking into their desk.
That's an understatement.
I can't stop thinking about my mom. I think she's hiding something. I mean, for one, she never gave me your letter. Why didn't she tell me you were leaving? And also, when I was talking to Pana on the deck while you were down there, I kept trying to ask about, like, the conflicts and whatnot, because I've been away from court while I was with the crew here. I wasn't really staying up to date on everything, you know, and she's hiding something, and the something that I think she's hiding, she claimed that her aggression, or not aggression, her resentment isn't pointed at the Earth Kingdom, Amashu, my family. But my gut is telling me otherwise. But I can't think of anything that we've ever done to them. Like, we were allies in the war.
Do you think your gut could be telling you that maybe your mom is hiding an alliance? But then that wouldn't make sense because your mom sent you to go look for the Shoshu. Maybe they're in an alliance and your mom is going to betray it.
Or she's trying to distract me from finding out whatever truth there is. And like Choyu's like getting all like in their thoughts again, the scrunchy face and all that, because Choyu full well knows that their mom is hiding a big secret, and right now their thought process is, if she's hiding this, if she was able to do that and has like the guts and the you know, to do what she did, then what else could she be doing behind my back, behind the people's back, whatever? and Choyu, like if Choyu was like simmering, they're simmering. They're a little pot of pasta water about to boil over.
Do you remember when we were kids and
Yes.
when we didn't when we didn't like someone, or we had a gross or off feeling about someone, and we would
Remember that one guy?
Yeah, we got him like basically excommunicated.
I think
maybe-
Choyu just chuckles.
Maybe
He
we
was so
should-
mean to you.
Well, yeah. So I think it was fair, but we could go back to Amashu. As much as it fucking sucks to be around your mom right now, we could do like a grown-up version of that. Maybe try to get some information. I'm really good at that now. And G is too. And I know that Shoza and June would help in any way. And we can try and find information that we can't possibly get here on this ship. And just, ruminating over possibilities.
You know what? And I think Choyu gets like, I don't think you've seen this wry smile that Choyu gets. This is coming straight from back when they were a kid and they were the bigger rebel and the one who made all the trouble. They get that same wry half smile on their face, and they say, well, if she's trying to distract us, perhaps we can
Distract her.
distract her, with the things that she's interested in. And I'm looking right at her.
The wedding. That would be huge distraction. Yeah.
And Choyu like reaches out for you, and they're just like, I care about you a lot. I don't want you to think that I'm suggesting about lying to her about this. But what I'm saying from a almost, I mean, what is an arranged marriage than a political move anyway? But if we can distract her with talk of us reuniting and all of those things, because I still haven't told her about Fior. Yeah, she doesn't know about that.
She doesn't have to.
Yeah, I don't
right now. Especially if she's plotting something with Fior's mom, then
Choyu makes a face. Yep. But and like they look directly into Satya's eyes. If we can just try to guide her focus elsewhere so that we might be able to verbally disarm her and find out some information. Would that be something you're willing to do? Because I don't want you to think that I don't like you. And Shoyu's getting like all like, they're flushing because they're like, oh no, I'm talking myself into a hole now.
Satya, she definitely understands what you're trying to say. And, well, I mean, we kind of knew this day would come, so we might as well get something more out of it. And, yeah, I mean, you know, I love you too, and I just, we should probably talk though about like,
Nikki, what did I miss?
boundaries and stuff like that, because the last thing I want is for G to get hurt in any of this as well, especially if we're going to be parading around like, we're planning a wedding.
Yeah. I know you care about G. And I and I'm gonna like take your hands and look at you. You need to tell her.
I've never been more scared of anything in my life. And
Satya, you're fearless. I've always admired that about you. When we were all prisoners by the Fire Nation, you decided to run. I don't know if I would have come with you in that moment, but that was brave. You know that, right?
Yeah, but what I was losing seemed worth it. Not you, because I wanted you to come with me, but I didn't have anything to lose. Now I do. And if I lose her,
I know. I want to go in for a hug. I want to hug you.
it's okay. Yeah.
I'm just going to pull you in and just like hold you. Like, I think it will be fine. I think you should tell her.
Okay. I will, before any of this shenanigan plan starts. I'll let her know. I'm glad we could have this conversation, and I'm not so old-fashioned that I wish that you would get down on one knee, but we have to understand that there will be some pomp in this because it's what our families would want. So, looking forward to that.
Choyu smiles again, and I think like the last thing they just say is they're like, when I propose, I want to make it as special as I can for you.
Riley, I cannot.
Well,
You look like that meme of the owl who's like,
that's what I was doing.
yeah.
I love this for us. But yeah, Choyu, I think like the last thing they say is just that like when they do propose to you. Actually, no, this is what they say. They say, when I propose to you, it will be for real. And I want to make it special.
She'll give him a little kiss on the forehead and we'll go to the door.
All right.
Really quickly, I just rolled to see for me, because I was trying to figure out what she would do, and I decided I'd roll, like flip a coin to see if she'd stay or run. And she has ran.
See what I mean?
Just so you know.
But would that be quiet?
Yeah, would that be quiet?
I can roll for it if you'd like, but I think she would
She's real stealthy.
be able
Yeah.
to do it quietly.
Yeah.
I don't think we
100%.
would have noticed.
Also, you didn't hear dick of that conversation, G, because
Oh,
of
I
your
didn't?
Oh, well, that's what the assess situation roll.
No! She had me roll an assess a situation during the chat.
During it? Oh.
During it. I
Or
rolled well.
we can do it canonized right now, reroll, and go from there.
So here's what I thought the assess situation was. I thought it was me, I thought it was G, understanding what was going on, not so much hearing it. But if it was hearing it, I'm fine with that too.
I like your interpretation better. Let's go with that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
As long
So
as
what
you're fine
happened?
with it.
G
So
thinks
I
you're
rolled.
really getting married.
Well, so something along those lines. Basically, Riley messaged me during, and she asked me to roll an assess situation. I rolled low. I did not succeed. And that assess situation roll is being interpreted as G not fully understanding what was being said the way it was meant to be understood.
So does G think I fucking proposed in my room?
I don't know what G thinks. I don't think G knows what G thinks. I think G's confused.
Damn.
And
Go talk to her, Satya. But yes.
She's
God,
gone.
I love this. And on that energy, we're going to cut to the twins in the kitchen.
Energy.
Please come
Energy.
Yeah, comedic relief. Good luck, nerds. Here we go.
Hey, what's the Tales of Bossing say, son?
So Shoza and June are in the kitchen, and they're making like lunch for everybody, essentially. Where would June be during that?
June is so this kitchen was set up for Nimbia, so I like the idea that June has to stand on a little crate to reach, like, to be comfortably chopping vegetables at the counter. So that's what she's doing. She's on like one of those little 6-inch crates, and she's chopping vegetables and just kind of like humming.
I think like for a while Shoza is helping you getting like whatever fires need to be set to boil stuff and all of that ready, and bringing out anything heavy and getting things down for you. And then I think like while you are cooking, maybe as you're in it a bit, you realize that you haven't heard Shoza at all, which is extremely rare and strange, especially in the kitchen, because most of the time they're just eating everything as you prep it. But you look over, and Shoza is sitting like on a stool, and in their hands they have a tiny, perfect, like immaculate teapot, and they are just sort of staring at it quietly. June, you would recognize this teapot immediately, and you would also recognize this sort of like somber and I don't know, like looking into the past, sort of like, thank you.
Yeah, I think June realizes at that point that she's humming a song that our mother used to sing and feels really bad.
Shoza is just looking at it, and then she looks up at June and she says, Shay's really bummed or whatever that Fior's not here, but
yeah, maybe. I think that's more complicated. I don't know. I miss Mom.
I miss Mom too. We were talking about Nimbia, and Nimbia always makes me think about Mom.
Nimbia definitely has mom energy.
Yeah, I mean, Mom never
Mom never pummeled anybody with hail, that's for sure.
Yeah, Mom definitely never pummeled anybody with hail, but she did, I mean, Mom was always trying to get me to like be better about my fire bending and figure out how to be like warm instead of hot and all of that, whatever stuff she was always saying.
Yeah, she wanted us to be more subtle. We're not good at subtle.
we're not. She was so subtle though. Well, is so I don't know. Do you ever think about going back to the temple?
I miss Mom a lot, and there's
Mm.
stuff I would definitely like to talk to her about.
Mhm.
Um, and things I think that she could help with that no one else here can help with. Maybe Nimbia might have been able to, but now she's not here. Um, but I don't really want to see Dad.
I mean, Dad's probably fine. I don't think it would be like that. You know, probably wouldn't be that weird. He's probably not that mad.
I mean, pretty sure Dad's still mad at me.
Dad's just like he's like, you know, it's like he's always mad, but when you're always mad, then it's like, are you actually mad or is that just how you are? And then, I don't think he's like mad,
You weren't there
probably.
last time I talked to him.
Yeah, that's fair. He's a
He's
little
also
old.
probably mad that I took you with me when I left.
Well, yeah, there wasn't anything he could have done about that.
He doesn't know that though.
Yeah, that's true. He always did think I was like gonna be his perfect little warrior or whatever.
Yeah, exactly that.
But it's kind of like grandma. Ugh, grandma. But it's kind of like grandma is being, I mean, that's kind of how she is with you and all your like tinkering stuff.
That's true. But I don't know. Grandma never really. Grandma was. I don't know. Like, I know that she was always kind of mean to our dad, but like,
Yeah, that's true.
she was really nice to me. And I know that,
Mm-hmm.
like, you guys didn't get along great, but sometimes when other people didn't really understand where I was coming from, Grandma always got it. So, um,
I mean, I get that. That makes sense. Sometimes some of the stuff Dad would say to me made a little too much sense, and I didn't really know how to feel about it.
yeah, that makes sense.
And
Um,
sometimes Grandma would be like, "You're not supposed to be in here. You need to go.
that's because you
You're
kept
too."
breaking things.
Well, it doesn't. I still want to be, part of the team. I still want to hang out when you're doing
I know
lab
that's
stuff.
why my lab is set up the way it is.
See, we found a way. We made it work. I
Grandma's
can
old
be in that
fashioned,
lab.
though.
She is old fashioned. She's old too.
Well, I mean, she's a grandma.
Yeah, grandmas are
I
old.
think we could go back to visit now that we're in the company of a sovereign of another nation. I don't think Dad could say anything
Oh
to
yeah.
us. We're special. We were
Yeah,
already
you'd be.
special, but now, like, now we're even more special because we are
Mhm.
part of. I think that we are like advisors to the
Oh,
sovereign.
oh
And she
yeah.
like kind of puffs up a little bit.
I imagine she's like still like chopping and everything, but just like uh Sheza takes out they take the like lid off the teapot and then they put it back on and then they go to the counter and they get like a cloth and they lay it down on the counter and then they take the lid off and they set the lid like on the cloth and then they set the teapot down and they take a piece of paper out of it. Nimbia sent me a letter.
She did?
Yeah. I
Oh.
don't I don't know if I don't know. She was just like it was always nice to like wake up early and we would go spar and stuff and she would do this thing where she would like if I did sparkle fingers and it wasn't a time where I wasn't supposed to be doing sparkle fingers, it's just like a normal time. Sometimes she would like clap her hands and then all the water would go up and then it would come down like rain. And then we would like, it was like we would fight in the rain. was pretty cool. Mom never did that stuff. She mostly just was nice about things. I don't know.
Yeah, Mom uses her bending for making things for people,
Yeah,
not for fighting.
I don't know. And it's like sometimes when she would talk about it and all the stuff that she would like to make with like her and grandma sometimes, um, then I'd be like, what? And I'd like look at like dad, who's all like Mr. Break stuff, you know? And it's like, how'd you two like kiss or whatever?
Well, you've seen that photograph of them when they were young.
Yeah.
Dad was good looking.
He was buff. He had, you know, he got
And
a
the
lot of,
jaw?
I could tell he did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's, yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes girls like stoic guys like that. It doesn't make sense to me, but
I don't really get it.
maybe
But I don't
Mom.
really like anybody, so
Ah, well, that's kind of been our life.
yeah. Yeah, you and me, just the two of us. Not liking people and hanging out.
Yep. Can Shoza tell Juncho's lying?
That is a very good question. Do you want to even try Shoza, or
Yeah. I think it would be, I guess it could be assess the situation, but I think it also might be like push your luck. I hate you do it, but it costs you to scrape by. Yeah. Okay, so probably assess the situation.
Yeah, let's do an SS. Yeah.
Alrighty, where are my dice at? Boop. Ooh, fancy. That's creativity. What's my creativity at? Probably like 600 million.
Same.
Nice one. I got an 8.
What question would you like to ask, buddy?
Your secrets.
Your soul. Shoza transforms into fucking Sauron. I see.
Yeah, the dark eye of Sauron's just been firebending the whole time.
Casual.
Shows I think so. In order to think of the right question to ask, Shoza would have to have the information to make that question. So I think Shoza wants to know how much June actually likes Izuko. Because I don't think this is like the first person June's ever liked in their life.
Scale of 1 to 10, Nikki. 1 being tepid, brief. Oh, that's a very shallow crush. Like, oh, I can crush that. Up to 10 is like, oh my fucking god, I might turn like my entire life upside down.
So I think Juncho's still working that out. So right now it's probably like a 5 or a 6. Like, so she's not willing to turn her whole life upside down. She's not willing to go against something. She's like really Shoza has to like this person too. And I think if it was a 10, she would not care if Shoza likes the person. So yeah, I'm gonna say like a 5 or a 6.
Okay. I just want to say, Carr said 9.46, and I appreciate that.
That's because my fiance is an engineer, and engineers are like that.
Engineer brain. Shoza looks at June and says, you show Izuko a bunch of like ship stuff all the time. You're always talking to her.
Well, yeah, because like you and I can't do everything.
Okay.
I mean, technically we can. I'm just saying, like, we can't do everything all at the same time. We need help.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. She can eat anything.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
cool.
incredible. Did you see her at that festival? She ate a whole lizard.
Yeah. Well, actually, you ate the lizard. You took it from her.
Oh yeah. Huh. But she kept eating.
It's true. She did eat the crickets.
That's right. Yeah.
Those were kind of good. They were really
Kind of an
crunchy.
interesting little person. Just running around.
She's small.
She's tiny, smaller than you.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird. All right. Well, Josa puts the rolls Nimbia's letter back up, and puts it back in the teapot, and then like puts the lid on gently and very like gently brings the cloth up over it and like ties it over the teapot and then holds it very carefully. Are you almost done with like prep and stuff? Because I gotta go put this back in my special teapot space.
Your special teapot?
Nice. My special teapot.
But before you do, will you make me some tea?
You want me to make you some? I mean, yeah, I know how, yeah. It was because you smelled all that like weird stuff. It smelled like dad tea, huh? You're like, I got to get that good stuff. And shows like goes about making the tea that they always make for June
in the
when
big
June's
cup.
like when June's like overstimulated. Gets June's like big cup. This tea is not great.
No, it's way too strong, which is why she always
Way
asks for
too
the
strong.
big cup, because when Shoza's not looking, she puts more water in it.
You always want like I do think it's interesting, like because mom showed us all about tea and stuff, and then like I've never seen anybody do like just a little bit at the bottom of like a big cup like you do.
Well, I like the way the big cup feels in my hands, which is not a lie.
Yeah.
She does prefer the big cup in her hands.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. And so this is how it shows that drinks their tea, which is why they make it this way, like just way too strong. And oh, you guys. Makes it and gives it to June. And I think the two of them share a cup of tea before Shoza goes back to their bunk, essentially to squirrel away their special teapot.
Junsho does not like Shoza's tea, but figures Shoza needs this right now, and so she asks for the tea and then finishes up. She makes some noodles, throws some vegetables in with the noodles to get them just enough cooked that they still have like that crisp, throws in some miso and calls it good, and hollers upstairs for everyone to come eat.
Fair enough.
It goes up and goes up and is like, Izuko, you can put it on going straight so that we can eat. And she just watches to make sure Izuko does it right before she runs back downstairs.
She just goes, okay, straight. Got it. And like just flips one switch.
I think as soon as Junsho is like, dinner's ready, G just like appears in the doorway. Like she's like anywhere, be anywhere.
G, can you set the table, like, please?
Yeah, on it.
Thank you.
It's like G appears and like there's wind behind them.
Yeah, it's like a little.
Yeah.
Well, I like that, like, G is the person who sets the table. It has to be G or Shoza because everything is high up because this was Nimbia's kitchen.
And meanwhile, G is like, thank you for giving me a task. Thank you for giving me a task. Internally, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Do we want to go through the dinner? Do we want to have that be a scene, or where are we feeling like we want to head?
Family dinner?
Yeah, family dinner final scene. I love the idea of family dinner final scene.
Yes,
everyone in the same
okay.
room.
Cool.
That
And
sounds
there is
awesome.
so much tension.
Oh,
Where does everyone sit? I want to know where everyone sits around this table.
We need to identify seats at the table. Yes,
Oh,
for sure.
First question, very important question.
Yeah.
Is this like with my family and possibly with a lot of other people's families where it's never been like discussed, but everyone has a place where they sit, and if anyone else sits in their spot, they're like kind of weirded out by it?
Yes.
Or like low-key
But I
mad.
also like
Yeah.
the idea that the table is round so everyone can see each other. I feel like Nimbia would have
Same brain cell.
Yeah, because I
Same
feel like
brain cell
Nimbia
every
would
time.
have a round
Fucking
table
smart.
because she'd want everyone to be able to see each other.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Always on that
so-
brain cell.
I think G's is the easiest. She's sitting next to Satya, wherever Satya sits. That's why I checked with. She sits next to Satya.
Left or right?
Not me making a seating chart.
Someone, yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
make a seating chart.
Got it.
I got it.
Thank
Oh,
you.
I'll make one.
I will
think-
make an art. I'll
I
make an
think
art.
right. But if Satya has any other like thoughts about that, honestly, I think G literally just took a seat next to Satya the first time.
Yeah, and Satya wouldn't think to like, oh, let me wait for other people to sit down. She's gonna just choose a chair and sit down.
Yeah. It's the vibe
I like
got.
to imagine Satya at sort of like the 11 o'clock position on the table, if that makes sense.
Sure.
I don't know why, but that just sort of like,
That's
Yeah.
like actually where I put it.
I was gonna
There you
say
go.
Satya
Yep.
and
Wait
Chuyu
a minute.
would
That's
be-
literally where I drew it.
Yeah.
it just makes sense, right? Satya,
It's the
Satya's
vibes.
at 11. Yeah, it's the vibes.
It's the vibes,
Yeah.
guys.
Okay,
Yep.
G, you sit where? Left or right?
On Satya's right.
So at like 8? Yeah, like 8
9.
on the right side. Or like 9. Yeah, you're right. Also, welcome everybody to Avatar Reclamations, where one episode we are doing intense obstacle course and political negotiations, and 2 episodes later, the most important intense thing is a seating chart.
Yes.
It's very important, especially right now with all of the confessions.
Especially
this episode.
right now.
Get
Okay.
you a
Charts
group
are
with
super
range.
important.
I feel like
Shoza would be
Shoza
next
is
to G.
definitely next to G. I feel like
Yeah.
it's like Shoza, then
Yeah.
June show.
That was another brain cell moment. You both said that at the same time.
We did.
Yeah. I'm
What
telling
the
you, we are
fuck?
really good at playing twins.
Yeah, and then it would go Shoza, Jun Show, and then Show You. Yeah, yep.
Oh, I did not space this out enough. That's
Izuko, then
hilarious.
I
show
did
you.
not.
Oh, yeah, it would go
Izuko
Izuko,
next to
then
Jin.
Show You. Yeah.
It used to be
Mhm.
that Chuyu and Junsho sat next to each other, but when Izuko joined the group, Chuyu just automatically hopped one over to let
Classic
the two nerds sit
Izuko,
next to
just
each other.
breaking people apart. Incredible. Listen to her.
So this means. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me make the table smaller.
Yeah.
So Choyu's
I am
at
an
like 1
artiste.
o'clock, and then it goes Satya, G, Shoza, Junsho, Izuko.
Yes.
This is so important to me.
No.
This is so crucial.
I got it.
The audience is on
everything.
tenterhooks right now. Like, oh my
Like,
god.
legitimately, I don't think any TTRPG has gotten this intense, folks. Like, for the viewers at home, please be advised. Like, this is.
Listen, you're not going to get this content
Yes.
anywhere else.
Yep,
That's exactly
Perfect.
There it is. There it is.
folks, it's like we're
Absolutely.
camping out here. This is intense.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I have to go.
So
I
I'm
have pissed on us
picturing
for the third time this episode.
so I'm picturing kind of like center is just like a ton of food and we're all just like piling up our own plates from the center.
Yeah, family style.
Family style. It's family style.
Literally, but have you ever been to those restaurants where they have the thing in the middle that spins?
Yep.
Yeah, the
yep.
lazy
Yes,
Susan.
Lazy Susan.
Wait,
That
Lazy
bitch.
Susan.
Junsho definitely
Yeah.
made Lazy Susan. Like
Oh,
That bitch lazy
absolutely.
Susan.
indefeatable
that thing.
Susan.
Yeah.
Susan.
She's not lazy.
Indestructible
My-
Susan.
My parents' house has a cabinet that's a lazy Susan.
We do too.
Like,
We have one in our
it's so
condo.
cool.
Yeah.
How does it? What is it? I don't understand.
You
I have a
pull it
love-hate
out
relationship
from
with it.
the
It's,
cabinet.
it's
and
like
then
a corner. Yeah, it's
Yep.
like a
Yeah.
corner cabinet, and you turn
Yeah.
it and it spins, and that's where we kept our cereal for the longest time.
I
Yep.
can't picture that, so I'm googling it.
I will
guys
send you
keep
a
going.
picture later of
Thank
ours.
I can't see.
Infatigable. That's what it was. I'll send you
People.
guys the video later, but there's a sketch show that talked about the lazy Susan, or it was Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't remember, but it's not a lazy Susan. It's an infatigable Susan because it's
I
always
underst-
used.
Hey. Y'all,
I understand
Yes.
the kitchen cabinet now.
Yes.
Sorry.
everyone is frozen on my end on the Zoom.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Oh,
On the Zoom?
ruh-roh.
I think
everyone
it's
is
just your
fine to
internet.
me. It might just be you.
Yeah, on the stream we're okay.
I'm looking on stream. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stream is fine. Stream is fine. I'm just letting y'all know if I drop the call, it's because something's not loading.
Got it.
Got
No
it.
worries.
Okay.
I can only see basically one person is moving at a time, and then when they freeze again, the next person just speeds up through all the movement they've been doing for the
Yeah.
past minute.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's okay. If you drop, we'll just wait for you to come back.
All right.
No worries. Okay, we're all eating. So June Show has made like a soup. Like she only can make a few things. She makes them very well because Nimbia taught her, and she's meticulous about like measuring everything, and it's got to be exactly how Nimbia taught her, and she just like does all the things. And so it's got like bok choy and carrots and mushrooms,
Bok
and
choice.
I love bok choy like so much. But anyway, so it's got lots of veggies in it, and then broth, and probably soft tofu, because I think someone's a vegetarian in the crew, right? I can't remember if Shuyu is a vegetarian or if Jay's a vegetarian, but I don't remember. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't think Shoyu is. I think Nimbia was maybe.
Anyway,
sure.
she makes it vegetarian just in case, and then oh my god, Doug references. And so yeah, so she makes a tofu vegetable soup, and it's pretty tasty. And there's hot sauce on the table, and what else would Nimbia put out for us?
Oh my god.
Potato,
Gosh.
yams.
Potato.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah,
There's some
yams.
like baked yams.
Hmm.
And then because Shoza made her feel kind of nostalgic, she makes something like her mom would make. And so there's little like steam buns. And she goes,
Yeah.
the ones with the green tint to them, those ones are vegetarian. The other ones have pork in them.
And
Those
you just
already has one in their mouth.
and you just hear from next to you just a very loud slurp from Izuko, and then good soup.
I think
I
that was
missed
Maya's
it.
last
Slurp and then
thought.
what?
A slurp and then good soup.
Juncho's beaming because she made the good soup.
Shoza is like Shoza already has just like chipmunk cheeks of buns, and is just watching whatever G puts on her plate, and then whatever they take, Shoza just takes like one more.
G's loading her plate up with like pretty much everything that is there, and also in like lots of protein and a lot of hot sauce.
Oh
Shoza's so happy right now. Oh, Shoza's like watching you put hot sauce on, and they're just putting on more.
Oh god.
What are you doing
Oh,
right now?
no.
I sleep below them.
What are you doing right now?
She has
Swimming on the ship is good.
She is
What are you doing
not
right now?
clocking like that Shoza is doing what she's doing except more. So she's putting on her normal amount of hot sauce, which is a lot of hot sauce, and like not even aware of the repercussions.
Shoza's like still putting on more, and like doesn't stop doing that, but like looks over at June like,
She like grabs your
Whoa.
hand.
hmm?
That's enough.
That's enough slices.
You're
It's enough slices.
You're ruining I made it perfect. You gotta taste it before you season it.
I already had the steam buns, and they were great, and they tasted just like how mom makes them. Because you do it right every time. You're wonderful. There's nothing to worry about. You got the hot sauce on the table. That's all I need.
Yeah, but you gotta share the hot sauce with everyone else. You have plenty of hot sauce. You have more hot sauce than G. You're good. You don't need any more.
Sheza looks at cheese plate again, and then
goes,
puts the
huh?
hot sauce down. Nothing.
What?
And if you look down at Sheza's plate, it's just
I
Red.
love that G is not competitive with Shoza at all. Like, G is just like living her life.
He's chilling. So I think it's really funny, and I stepped away for a moment to see, because I had the tinkling of a thought that maybe like someone else was like doing internet something that was making the internet really slow. Nope, I'm the only one home right now, so I don't know what's going on. This has never happened before. Anyways, I think it's really funny because we established there's a lazy Susan, that the camera is doing a lazy Susan kind of around the table and is like swiping to like every person. So when Shoza and G were going back and forth, the camera's like flipping between the two of them. But then like everyone's like loading up their plate. I didn't hear what Satya or June and like how they're eating, but just between Shoza G and then Choyu, I think they have a lot smaller of a portion because they've retained their like courtly whatever the shit, so they
I was
Hashtag
same
Courtney,
brain.
whatever the shit.
Same brain. I was gonna say the same thing. Is like I think just because like Choyu is there next to her too, the refinement that Satya is used to just like comes out, and she's like knife and fork on these buns, and just like eating the soup, like scooping it outwards and then bringing it in, like all the etiquette things that you're supposed to do. She just starts doing.
I think G super fast. I'm so sorry. G is like super confused by that, by like how nicely Satya's eating. But she's like trying not to. She's like, nope, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I think it's really funny to just picture because the twins have seen me eat before, and I think Choyu always eats like very elegant, sophisticated, whatever. And now Satya's next to me doing the same thing.
you're never gonna get big like that. You keep eating like that. Show you. I try to tell you.
What?
You keep eating like that. You're never gonna get big.
What do you mean get big?
Like me. Or G.
Oh.
Or G.
G once again is like, huh?
I was just raised to have only like 3/4 of my plate covered, with the food. But I will have seconds, don't worry.
as Chuyu is saying this, like Junsho is like cheeks full, like dumpling on the end of her chopsticks, ready to put more food in her mouth.
I don't know if that's gonna work. I mean, you got me here, June.
I don't mind at all how you all eat. This is just how I was raised, and it's just a habit. That's all.
I mean, that's fine.
Junsho's not upset at all that Chuyu eats like that. She's just.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying, you're not gonna get buff if you're just like,
What do you mean?
Shows that I eat as much as you do. They just do it slower.
Could you pass the hot sauce, G?
Oh yeah, it shows it reaches across the table with the hot sauce and show
God.
and hands it to Izuko. Hands it to Izuko. You want to talk about a power player? Watch her. She's wild with this stuff.
I just didn't have a lot of opportunities to try food. It's always meals
She'll take
between
them out,
shifts. Well, yeah, I suppose.
Junsho gets sad again and like thinks back to earlier when she's like, I just want to feed her all of the things, which is like my love language, and now it's Junsho's love language.
I love it.
Everyone knows that they come over, they get fed. So like,
Yeah, June, this is really good. Thank you.
yeah, Nimia taught me everything I know.
Well,
Besides
I,
tea, mom taught me tea, but
I think G and I are really spoiled now because of you. This is just really good. We consistently
I
just
haven't
ate
even
like
brought out the
roast
dessert yet.
dessert.
Shows the
Yeah.
perks up.
After everyone's finished eating, she goes and grabs like, what should she make? What should she make for dessert, Jay?
Mochi.
I was gonna say
I was-
mochi because it
yeah.
is like really meticulous and you have to do it exactly right.
I also
Or
think
the
something that maybe even Shoza would like to. Definitely Satya's favorite is like bananas fried in wonton and like with like sugar on top. That's one of my favorite things. And I feel like Shoza because they like fair food so much that could be a thing.
Yeah, put it on a stick.
I think
On a stick.
I think that's what Shoza makes. I think Shoza makes the messier fried dessert, but Junsho makes like these perfect little mochi, and she has figured out what everyone's favorite flavors are, but she doesn't know what Izuko's are. So she makes like everyone's favorite flavor and gives everyone like 2 or 3 of their favorite flavor. She gives Shoza like 5. And then she has like a flight for Izuko. There's like 5
mochi
different
flight.
mochi. And she's just like, I didn't know what your favorites were, so here you go. And like just slides this like long little wooden platter over to Izuko with 5 different flavors of mochi on them.
Okay, what sort of flavors are we talking here? List me off 5.
So she's got a milk tea one, because that's
Okay.
the one that my student always gives me on his way to lunch. He's like mochi, and then gives me a mochi.
Aw.
It's really cute. And then the next one is a green tea flavored with like just a green tea, like a matcha. And then the next one over is chocolate. And then the next one over is mango, and that's Junsho's favorite. And then the
That's my
next one
favorite.
over is strawberry.
Okay.
And
We're
Junsho
just-
tells her all of these. She tells her
Yeah. And we're just going to go through Izuko's reactions to each of them because, again, this is the most important thing in this universe right now. We have to focus on. Milk tea gets sort of a milk toast response, like not hating it, but not like yeah, all right. And she tries the matcha, and she's like, oh, that's wow. And then she tries the chocolate one, and she's very pleased with it. She's like, oh, that's very good. Happily munches it, and again, she's like going down the
This
line.
whole time,
hitting
like
it.
the happier she is, the more happy hands Junsho does, and she's just like beaming.
She hits the mango, and you see her get very small and quiet, and her eyes just go a little wide. And then, and then she hits the strawberry, and it's like the Roblox wow meme. Like, yeah,
Oh.
Which one was your favorite?
strawberry,
Okay. What'd you think of the mango?
strawberry.
Oh, okay. Strawberry. She says it like kind of quietly under her breath.
Shows just took all 5 of them and put them in their mouth at once. You got to mix them around. That's the real way to do it.
I think Choyu's favorite's mango, and
Yeah.
Aw, our favorites are the same.
Oh yeah.
She makes you extra because she knows that you have the same favorite as her, and that is like, to her that means like your friend, like we're already friends, but to her that's like a friend thing, that friends who like the same thing, she has to make you extra.
It's like having the matching friendship bracelets,
Yeah.
except ours is same food.
yeah.
And I think like the entire dinner, I think conversation has been fairly neutral, light, what have you. But Choyu this entire time has been trying to figure out how to articulate their worries, especially given that they like up and left everyone on the deck earlier that day.
I think I know how we could broach it. So like as we're eating the like steam buns, and like so she eats her dessert, she goes back to the steam buns that like her mom taught her to make, and she's like, so I think I know we're going to Amashu, but at some point, I think we need to go visit our mom
Oh,
and see our dad. And I'm not looking forward to it. So it would be awesome if all of you came with us at some point to visit.
that would be really nice.
I think my mom's gonna really like you, Chuyu.
Why?
You're very similar. And you make really good tea.
Similar? What do you mean?
And she starts to feel very awkward because now everything's quiet and everyone's looking at her. And she's just like, well, mom's very subtle and wise
Writes a lot of poetry.
and warm. And she kind of looks at Shoza because mom does not write poetry. And mom makes
Stereotyping
pottery.
all the introverts.
She's like pottery. Mom makes pottery.
Pottery.
Yeah. And I think that that'd be something that you two would be like, that she could show, that you could work with her on it. And yeah, I just think you and mom are gonna get along really well. And I think dad's gonna really like G.
Yeah, that's true.
She's so big.
Me?
Yeah,
She's
you're very strong. And you're
Yeah,
really
you're
good
big and
fighter.
strong.
And dad's not a bender, and he likes other non-benders.
Yeah.
Which means he's also gonna like Izuko, huh?
You can tell
Probably,
me if
yeah.
you're. Tell
She's
me if
really
I've
tiny,
read
though.
this. There's a chance I've read this wrong. I thought you guys didn't like your dad.
June doesn't like our dad. I like my dad just fine.
Dad's,
Oh, okay.
Dad is. It's complicated.
That is very fair. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
Dad wanted Shoza to join him in the war. And the last time I talked to Dad, I said a lot of things that probably hurt his feelings. And then the next morning, Shoza and I left.
Oh, that's very brave of you. And it's brave of you to want to go back.
I miss Mom.
Does Choyu know if you've seen your parents since you left?
We haven't.
Okay.
Like, maybe we've written letters to Mom, but, like, we haven't been back.
Gotcha. And how long have you been gone?
2 years.
2 years. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Right, because it's a couple of years after the war ended, right? So, like,
Yeah, it was
we
like
left
5 years
before
after the
we
war.
left 6 months before the war ended. So we've been gone since then,
Oh, so it's been more than 5 years then.
I guess.
Yeah.
And
So, do you guys... Oh, sorry.
So yeah, we
Go for
left
it.
pretty young then. I
Yeah.
think if it's been more than 5 years, then we would have left when we were like 15.
Yeah.
Okay, that tracks. Oh my god, we haven't seen our mom since we were 15.
Oh, no.
Oh,
So do you guys want to do that before we go to Omashu or after?
Oh no, it's all the way.
No.
It's a whole other.
It's our parents live in the Northern Air Temple, so
Yeah.
it's a trek.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no, that's
I
like a
understand.
whole different season, you know?
Yeah.
I understand.
And I think Choyu, like as you're sort of talking about like being afraid of going back, I think they're just kind of like again trying to figure out how to like start this conversation. And I think like they almost go to like nudge Satya with their leg under the table, like with their thigh, to try and like basically ask her for help. Because like everyone saw Satya follow me away. So yeah.
Surprisingly though, Satya is not very responsive. Like she's been very quiet this whole meal, very closed off. So she's not really gonna acknowledge your help.
Yeah. I tried being really subtle and it didn't work. So I think like and like I think Choyu will look over at you and just, hey, are you okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, just a lot on my mind. But I do what you gotta do. It's fine.
Just to note, she is like listening to that little conversation, but she's very much not looking, which is kind of easy since they're sitting next to each other, but she's focused on her plate. She's not looking over at Satya.
I've been thinking about how to start talking about this, and I cannot think of a segue. So I'm really nervous about going back to Amashu. I apologize for just sulking off earlier. I have a feeling that my mom is hiding something from me, and I don't like that feeling. Satya came and talked to me, and we thought that there's definitely something fishy going on, and we need a distraction for my mom, because I still haven't told her about Fior. And, you know, I'm worried that she has something to do with Pana and the Shirshu and all that. I don't know. I don't like thinking worst case scenario. But just in case, and I'm like looking, and it's like gesture towards Satya. We were talking about it, trying to distract my mother with more talks of our betrothal. To try and let my mom be focused on that, and then we can try and get more information.
Are we planning a wedding? Juncho gets really excited.
So
Inappropriately,
does Shoza.
the like we're in this like solemn mood, and Juncho just gets excited. She's still riding the high of Izuko liking her mochi, and like does not read like social situations well, and so she just gets excited and is like, "Are we planning a wedding?"
No, not yet. I want my mom to think we are, though.
That's what
Does
I
that
mean.
make sense?
Yeah. Does the Earth Kingdom do bridesmaids?
This is the part of the show where I don't know what Chinese wedding traditions are, and I want to go look that shit up. That's my culture, and I don't know how it works.
I mean, at least in like South Asian weddings, there's like a female entourage type deal. Like the week prior to a wedding, like for a week, the bride goes through all of these like self-care things.
I love that for her.
Yeah. Well, it kind of
good for her.
Like she will be covered in like turmeric for basically 48 hours to like brighten her skin and do all of that. And it's a cleanser, like a detox for your skin as well. So that's not the greatest. But yeah, there's like bridesmaids in that sense that I think Satya would have eventually.
Juncho has hard eyes, like in the cartoon. When Satya starts explaining all that, she like has hard eyes because she's really excited.
Yeah. Also, just like Satya's quiet and like reserved in explaining some of these things, but she actually will just try to like hold G's hand under the table. We haven't really gotten to talk about this.
Yeah, I think. All right, Riley. So I've written down what I think G thinks based off of her bad roll. And with that in mind, I think very gently, G is going to
Don't
uh,
say it.
pull her
No.
hand away.
No.
Oh no!
And
And-
that, I think, is what we're going to end on. With the hand being removed.
There's like a picture under the table. Yep.
Yeah, with the hand being removed, with the wedding talk between Junsho and Choyu, with Izuko happily eating mochi and Shoza watching the whole thing, just head empty, only food. Like, yeah. Maybe thinking about mom, parents, yeah. But yeah, that shot, the hand rejection, is too good of a moment not to end on. Oh my god. We are going to have some shit to resolve next time.
My heart.
Avatar.
Avatar. Reclamations.
It's so gay.
Oh, the pining!
It's incredibly homosexual, and I'm here for it. All right. I'm Riley Gritch on Twitter and Twitch. GRYC. That's how you spell me. I do things and stuff and make games and shit. And I say fuck. So.
It almost all rhymed.
Yeah.
I know.
But also was like a slant rhyme. It worked.
Yeah, it was a little slanty. Yeah, a little slant. Maya, you want to take it away so that you have the most people to choose from?
Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming to this. My name's Maya. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Anxious Maya. Or if you enjoy Critical Role in any capacity, I post bad Critical Role memes on Crit Role Memes on Twitter and Critical Role Memes on Instagram. I am sorry for causing homosexual pain.
We love you for it.
Let's throw it to Christiana, the love of my life.
The love of my life. And so are you.
The love of the people's life. So you,
comrade.
Our love of our lives. All right. Anyway,
Hi, I'm Chris. She, her. Carpet Christie. I do gay things.
Yes, you do.
Unless it's you.
Comrade Satya the gay.
Go ahead, Ellis.
Hey, what's up? My name's Ellis. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Hekvetica, Hekvetica, where I talk about tabletop role-playing games like this one, as well as UI UX design. I have been your Thembo for the evening. I hope you all have a wonderful time following this, wherever that may be for you. And I'm going to pass it off to Nikki to take it away. Oh, no.
I will go because
But
it looks like
Jade
Jay
seems
is
to be-
dealing with a
I don't know.
creeper on the ceiling.
Some kind of paranormal.
What's happening to Jay?
Extra-
Sorry,
dimensional
no, it's just
incursion.
it. So remember, it was snowing earlier, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's snowing." And then by the time the sun set, it was blue skies again. And then I just looked outside. I'm gonna show you. It's like green outside right now, and
What?
there's snow, but it's going upwards.
What?
Like the wind is blowing it up.
It's the fucking
And-
upside down. You got to get out of there.
Yeah, I hate
You gotta-
this. Gotta go.
I
Like
unmuted
it looks
myself
really
to say
scary. I'm
Luck-
freaked out.
Luckily, the found footage shaky cam isn't making it 10 times more terrifying. I don't know what's happening.
And before they're sucked into an extra dimensional vortex space, Jay, you want to give your outro?
We can all follow
Oh, my
you when you
outro.
disappear.
Yes, hello. I am a person. My name is Jay. I use they, them. You can find me online, assuming I don't disappear, at Nolawoo on Twitter, and at JGem, my pronouns. Anyway, I draw things. If you like my art, please hire me. You can see my portfolio at knowledgedraws.com. I'm also at knowledgedraws on any other social media, including Twitter. I have an art Twitter that's just art stuff. I also am a voice actor, sensitivity reader, all that other stuff. Lots of things you can hire me for. This Wednesday will be episode 3 of the Urban Shadows game I'm on, where I'm playing the vampire, Dr. Talise Wong. That game is super, super fun. It's over on Friends Who Roll Dice, and so that's going to be Wednesday at 8 p.m. And that's it. And we'll see if I die. This is so weird. It's like not snow, but not rain. It's like really small snow. And it's going upwards. Anyway, who's last?
Nikki.
As per usual.
Nikki.
All right, I'm Nikki. I'm co-creator here at TTRPG. I am not responsible if Jay gets sucked into the sky, into the upside down. Last night I played I Love You, Colonel Sanders, because we reached our 25 sub goal. It was wild. You can watch it on the VOD. It'll be on YouTube eventually. I did a lot of voices, so you should check it out. It's pretty awesome. On Tuesday, speaking of vampires, Christiana and I should be in our Lost in Miami game playing vampires, a cult leader and a Nazi hunter. It's going to be awesome my character, Maeve, is very grumpy because she has been punching Nazis since the 1930s and it's still happening. So definitely check that out. It's really fun. And then what else do we have going on? In March, our last episode of TTRPG, last Sunday of the month, is going to be with a couple of the game designers from Uncaged Goddesses, so definitely check that out. It's going to be really cool. So yeah, next episode is our finale for this show, but don't worry, this is just season 1, baby!
Yay!
So tune in for the finale, catch up on the VODs if you haven't watched it, and tune in to find out how we fix our broken hearts. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day.
Thanks for coming.